Echo, stop. That was dedicated to all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That was dedicated to all of you. I'm going to stand up for you in every set of circumstances because I believe that we all want the same thing. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about drama coming here because I don't do it. Okay? You don't have to worry. We are going to remain focused on why we are here. It's going to be a safe place for everybody to come. I don't care what side you're on, what you believe, what you don't believe, because we're here for one thing and one thing only. Okay? I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are all of you doing? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for the gifts. You know, they are not required, they are appreciated. I'm having a hard time sharing them to people, though, because you think somebody's on the right side of things. Thank you, Granny Annie. You know I love that in the morning. And then, boom. Well, not supporting you anymore. Anyway, I want you to notice, we're going to talk about Zim, Haley, Kat, J. Paul, T. Medina, Cody, Jalen, Timothy Nash. I'm adding something called scammer updates because I obviously spend a lot of time watching a lot of people, and sometimes it doesn't raise to the point of me wanting to have a discussion about them. But like the notes go to waste almost. So we've had a lot of people show up. Thank you guys. A lot of people, like show up, come live a couple of times for a couple of minutes and go away. Or I just don't have enough. So every once in a while, I'm going to do what I call scammer updates, where it's going to be a quick run through of individuals who, I'll just give you an example. Maggie was gone for a long time. A lot of people speculated about why. Clearly, one of the speculations that it was because she was laying low before court clearly isn't true. And so I'm just going to mention, that she's back, and her and I had a cute little interaction. Well, it was cute for me. I don't know about for her and her people, but it was funny for me. So we're just going to run through, I think it's like 5 or 6 people. And then I can just leave the notes alone and keep moving forward. I did cover Tim and Angela extensively. And they agreed to pay the ladies back, which in my opinion is perhaps turning a corner. He's working. So I agreed to lay off. If he comes back to doing what they were doing before, they will be right back here. But they had an almost permanent place on the grid. So, yes, I have covered them extensively. Yep, two people got money from them based on their promise. So, congratulations to them. Congratulations to the ladies that got some of their money back. I hope it continues. I do cover Sheena. She's going to be in the scammer update, I believe. She's incredibly mean. But when you realize who her 2 sisters are, you have to wonder what was the environment that they grew up in, because they're all the same. They're all the same. They all act the same. They like to argue with each other. So, who do I want to start with today? No. Let's start with low. Now, I've been, as usual, I tend to watch people for some time before I ever talk about them. And I've been watching her for a while. And I didn't say anything because I'm not trying to beat somebody over the head who is legitimately ill. And in fact, I gave her a recommendation of a doctor journalist in New York who helps people with illnesses that doctors can't diagnose. There are some people who are ill, and what ends up happening is that doctors end up treating the symptoms, but they don't have like a diagnosis for everything that's going on. And this doctor journalist out of New York, that's one of the things she investigates and tries to help people get to the bottom of what it is. So I don't just go in and assume, oh, you're this, you're that, you're a scammer, I'm going to put you up. That's not how I do it. So, but what caught me off guard, what was it, week before last, was when she was in the hospital and she had this yellow hue on her face that made her look jaundiced, made her eyes look even like she had been punched in the face. Like, it made her look, and I was honestly taken aback. Like, oh my gosh, she's getting worse. And then I saw the yellow hue move. And when I asked about it, I got muted. All I said was, what is the yellow hue? It could have been a light in the room. It could have been something off of her phone. Like, it could have been anything. But the fact that one of her moms muted me for saying it, red flag, baby. Red flag. Good morning, everybody coming in. Red flag for me. And I showed you guys a photo. I'm not going to go back and find it now. Of the yellow hue. And then later on when she came back, it was gone. The other thing that disappointed me about the people in her chat was that they were dogging out her parents. Her parents are older. They're taking care of her children and her on a daily basis. If she has to go to the hospital on her own, she's her own best advocate. She's not mute. She knows what's going on with her health. Why are you dogging out parents who are taking care of her and her kid? I don't like it. So, the reason why she's up here now is because she's remarkably better, guys. And so much so that now she has purchased all of these items and she's going to start making things and selling them. No, I'm not mad at you for wanting to try to create a business to make your own money, to take care of your own children. I'm not knocking that. But we went from looking like our kidneys had completely failed to being up. There's no oxygen. We're moving around. Girl. Mama G, they both do. But they have a life. They're taking care of her children and her. And people have a nerve to look at them and be like, why is anybody with you? I'm sorry, but it's all too convenient for me. It's all too when I first started watching her, it was like she couldn't even get up. She would be outside and laying down with the oxygen half in, half out. So if you are getting better, congratulations. I hope you are. But ma'am, first of all, stop letting people dog out parents who are taking care of you and your kids. That's for A. For B, if you're better, say you're better. Explain what happened that made you better, so that people can understand that there was actually something done. What did they figure out? Because she's always talking about, well, I tried this and I tried that and this didn't work and the doctors did this and this didn't. It's like nothing works. But magically, the next time I see you, you are up, moving around. There's no oxygen. You clearly have energy. So something happened. Of course, Mama G, she doesn't want any actual professional to ask any questions because you might reveal something. And that, again, those are the things that make me question it all. And there are people who, it's a condition where they need to be sick because it's the only way they get attention. If she's better, I hope she stays better. If she wants to create a business, I'm all for it. But the people like, I have questions. I have questions. But I can report she's doing better. Who else? This is wash, rinse, repeat, right? But I just want to address the $300. Because we know that J. Paul needs a story for why she needs other people's money. And I don't even know why she feels the need to do it, because it's the same story day after day after day until she finds a new story to hold on to, and then she holds on to it. What pissed me, I personally believe that when she's asking for the money, she probably already has a day or two paid for. Oh yes, I changed the photo. So please like the live until you see the heart. Like it continuously until you see the heart's tail, and then fill the heart's tail. And if you are a member of the team, hit the daily heart me. If not, stick around. If you like what you see, join the team. That's all I ask. So I personally believe that she has a day or two paid. And so that when she acts like she's desperate at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and they're just giving me extra time. BS. They're not giving you until 9 o'clock at night. Because, and this is the reason why they do check out at 11. So that they can have the room clean, so that if somebody else shows up, the room is available. They aren't giving you until 9 o'clock at night to come up with the money, because they've already then lost the money for that room. Period. She hasn't been there that long. And One day, it's soon as she gets off work and they're going to kick her out. And then the next day is 9 o'clock at night. That makes sense to you? So, she, the day before, was literally outside. She put the dogs in the car. She was like, my phone is on 2%. And she ended, apparently without the money, right? And when she came on the next day, guess where she was? In the hotel room. And you want me to believe? Because remember, she said they wouldn't reactivate her card until she got the money. If her phone died and the power cord for the phone was still in the room, how did she charge her phone long enough to know that she got the money and pay? Can somebody explain how that worked? She was like, my phone is going to die and the charger's in the room and she won't activate my card. What? They really should get out. Child, it wouldn't last. It wouldn't last. If they all got a house together, it wouldn't last. I don't understand how people can watch the exact same thing I watch and not put two and two together. Mind you, she talks about how her dogs would be stir crazy in the car. Do we forget that the dog stayed in the car before? The dog stayed in the car before. How about all the people who travel in their vans, in their cars, as their daily life? Dogs, like children, adjust. But she uses them because she knows how people feel about animals. Let me tell you something. When the money isn't coming in fast enough, guess who gets a starring role? Rick. Rick was asleep the other day. Both of them were asleep. And she made sure she said Rocky's name a few times until Rick got up because she knows he's jealous. When she calls Rick, here comes Rocky. Or do I have it confused? Whichever one. One of them comes running up. And it is cute when he looks right into the camera. It is adorable. But she's using that to get money. Or when she needs to feed them, it's, I know, Bubba, I'm trying to get you fed. I know you're hungry. Girl. And people fall for, and you know what? At this point, it's willful ignorance. You can't tell me that y'all don't realize that this is all a bunch of BS without it. And that's why you're sending the money. You're just sending the money because you want to. Stop acting like her acting job, her bringing the dogs, her standing outside, but all her stuff is in the room, but they just won't activate her. Stop it. If you just want to send her the money, just go ahead and send it so that she doesn't have to come up here every day and do her song and dance. You want to make sure she stays in the hotel? Why don't y'all just get together? Because you know she's going to need money for the hotel or gas or food for the dogs, and just send it. The rest of us will do better without having to see her song and dance. But let's talk about the $300. Now, yes, when you go to a hotel motel, they usually pre-charge you for incidentals, right? That's a hotel usually, though. I'm not sure about a motel, but listen, they need to protect themselves too. But if you don't check out and check back in, why are you still getting charged incidentals? And she's not saying incidentals. She's saying that they charged her twice to the tune of like almost 300. I think it was like 286 or whatever the number is. But we're just going to say 300 because that's what she says. Why would they do it 4 times? And if they did it 4 times, let's see, 71. They charged her for the room 4 times. They don't usually charge you the price of the room for incidentals or like a hold in case there's a problem. That's usually not how much they charge. But okay, let's think about it. If that was money for the hotel room, then she had the money in her account, and that would have brought her account to 0, which means that account wouldn't be effed up, right? She'd just be at 0. And as the charges came off, it would be re-added to her account. If she didn't have the money and it went into the negative $300, then she didn't have the $300. Do you see what I'm saying? She wouldn't have had the $300 because now what if they give the money back, it will bring her to 0. So, and I can understand why she wanted money to go there, because then the only thing that's doing is that it's taking off the price. Like what Cash App will do is say, oh, well, you're negative 300. Well, somebody sent you 10. We're going to take it off to negative 300. So it doesn't make sense what she's saying. But she conveniently had another CA for people to send to. If I had to guess, all of the reporting had the account shut down for an investigation. And there wasn't any money in there. She just needed to come up with an excuse for why her paycheck isn't paying for her room. Because even, like, literally, she gets paid on Wednesday, and Thursday she's asking for money. You're right, Sherry. Scammer math never adds up. For fact. And again, they think everybody's stupid. You know, it's like a kid who's going to come to you and lie, and they think they've thought of everything. So they come and they tell you, and they're proud of themselves, like, yep, I got over it. And then you ask them that one question that makes the entire story crumble, and they thought of everything. That's how these people are on TikTok. They're like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to say? And they're like, okay, like when she shows the photo of hotels on CA can take 30 days to get the money back. So then if you had the money in your account, then your account should be at 0 so that any money that comes in will be added, right? No. Correct. Gartner Jeff, it doesn't make sense. When the day before you were outside at 6 o'clock talking about they won't reactivate my card, but suddenly the next morning you was right in there on your break asking for the money. Really? Can you wait, I'm sorry. What's her deal? Do you mind coming up for a second? Coming in the box? I promise you I'll be kind. I'm not a mean person. I just want to know, like, what did she say that made you give the money? Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Tell me something. What about what
Okay, so
made you give her the money?
so Thursday night I was on her live and she was needing money and I felt bad for her, so I sent her $10 on
Wait,
Cash
wait,
App.
wait, 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 wait. Before you go that far, what about what she said made you feel like that?
Just her people bullying her. I felt bad because I mean I've been there before being bullied a lot and I don't know. I guess my heart just warmed me over and
Mm-hmm.
I fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I sent it to her Thursday, and then last night I had offered to do Walmart delivery or whatever, and she blocked me. I was like, okay,
That
odd.
is absolutely her MO. Because she'll try to say, I don't want anybody to know where I am, but you have a car. I can just order it to Walmart and you could go pick it up. But she
That is
wants the
true.
cash. She wants the cash. And when somebody only wants cash, that's a red flag.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
I also want to make this point to you guys. When you guys sit with people who bully the scammers and you laugh about it, it encourages them to do so. But guess what? It also encourages. It encourages a kind person to think, you know what? Why are these people bullying this person? She needs help. And they send the money. Bullying people has the opposite effect. It may make everybody over here laugh and think it's funny, but for the people who are unaware, they just see it as bullying.
That is
I
true.
That's all they see. I keep saying it over and over and over again. When you sit with people who do that because they're streaming them or because they go in there and like, for me, I'm sorry. It is too far for somebody to create an account that says your grandmother only has minutes to live. That was the name of the account. It's too far. I'm sorry. It's too far. And it encourages people who are kind to think, you know what? You're getting bullied. I got $10. I'm going to send it. And then they get treated by the very scammer we know like trash.
Yeah. It's very vile behavior.
Extremely vile. And it, to me, it's unnecessary to make the point. I'm very sorry that she did that to you. That is her MO. And um I don't know how you feel about making a video, but if you ever were inclined to do so, making a video and letting people know that that's what she did will help other people who come across her. But it's your page. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But
Yeah,
that
you're
is
right. There needs to be
definitely
awareness, and people need to know about this because this is serious. This person's out here. She's begging for money. She's an active user, obviously, and she's scamming people and mistreating people. That like she's basically biting the hand that's feeding her, whether it's her addiction, whatever. But it's wrong, and she needs to be taken down.
absolutely, that's why
Hey,
she's up here on a regular basis. Good morning, Demita.
good morning. What's your deal? Um, Take it from somebody who was scammed out of $3,500 from her.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah, she will keep going after you. You send $10, she will message you every day.
She
So
needs to
that
go to
means she gets
jail.
money on the back end too. What made you give her the money, Demita?
Because I was just like, what's your deal? I felt bad for her. And over the process of 2 years, it was, I promise, I swear, I'll give you your money back. I'm in the process of taking her to small claims to get my money back.
There you go.
100%. I support you 100%.
So yeah, take it from somebody who was used from her for 2 years.
I'm so sorry. And people ask why I do what I do, why I care so much, why is this what I get up at 6:30 in the morning and do? This is why. Grand Rising, good morning. This is why. Because every day, let's say 1,000 people on TikTok created accounts every day. They have no idea what we know.
She owes me $3,500.
I am so sorry, Demita. Have you made a video?
Oh yeah, I've made a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pin it to the top so I can share it. Pin it to the top of your page. Hold on. Where's a pen?
Yeah. Yeah, I made a video on how she used me for 2 years, how I helped her get her dogs certified as emotional support animals. So technically they're my dogs since they're under my name.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're certified under my name.
Wow.
I just need to find out what hotel she's staying at so that I can have her served.
That's why she doesn't want people to know. She keeps talking about her stalker. You're not a stalker.
No, I'm not the stalker.
There is
I'm
no
just the
stalker.
one that she owes money to.
Right.
And anytime you bring up my name, oh yeah, she will literally crash out. Oh yeah, Top 4 Way knows about everything.
That's crazy.
And the thing is I live in Ohio, so I'm only 2 hours away from where she's at. And once I figure out where she's at, yeah, she'll be done.
Guys, don't put it in the chat. Send Demita a private message. Please.
Oh yeah, the one dog, Rocky, she mistreats Rocky real bad.
That's great. But she does just enough so that if animal control comes, they're not going to take it.
Yep.
She does just enough. Well, I'm so sorry, Demita. Thank you for coming up and sharing your story. You know you are always welcome here, and I'm going to go to your page and repost your post about her.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, I can even send you direct messages, all the text messages between the two of us.
Okay, perfect. Now you guys know you can send photos within TikTok now. In TikTok DMs, you can now send photos.
Yep.
Yeah, he did bite her the other night. And she tried to say, like, oh, it must have been the fireworks in the parking lot. The phone call scared him. Okay, whatever you want to say. Whatever story you want to give. Good morning, Chrissy. Did you mean to come up, Chrissy? Okay. Well, Demita, thank you so much. I'm going to move on to the other person, to the other people, but please let me DM me and I will make sure that I help you as much as I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
I will definitely do that.
Okay, honey.
All right.
Your dog runs and hides with fireworks. My cats don't like it either, right? But they aren't trying to bite me either. They don't bite. They get scared every time she says someone's walked across my front door. They are like panicked. Like they look at the front door and I'll be like, it's not your daddy, calm down. But they don't bite me. Now they're cats, not dogs, but still. I think she has a job. I really do. I think this work from home job is a real thing. And the reason why I say that is because if not, she would be live all the time. She would be live from the time that she woke up, excuse me, to get the hotel money. I think she's been talking about this job for a minute. Now, did she have a job when she was saying she worked at the security for the security part of the business? She lost that job pretty quickly. And like everything else, she'll probably lose this job too. Yes, Mama Bear, of course you can come up. But I think she has the job. I just think she needs cash for another reason. Besides the hotel and the dogs. Good morning.
Just a quick little bit of tidbit. If she literally does have a home job, I work from home. You have to be hardlined into the internet. It cannot be through wireless. And you have docking stations you actually have to plug into. If she is not hardwired, she's going to get in some severe, severe trouble.
Do we think she cares, Mama Bear? Until she gets caught, she's going to do it however. Another awareness showed that she's 2 months behind on her car payment. How they know that is
Okay,
scary to
Tammy.
me.
See, now the companies that I have worked for, they do not allow wireless because of the customer information.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the company.
But that's all I got.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Listen, the whole point of being able to work remotely is that you can do it from anywhere. And you see the people who are in Thailand and whatever, and they're sitting at a coffee shop and they're working. How somebody knows that she's 2 months behind on her paperwork, I mean, on her car payment, that she hasn't told anybody is a scary thought. Imagine for a moment that your mortgage information gets leaked out on the internet, or your credit card payment gets leaked out on the internet. How would you feel? Just because she's a scammer doesn't mean that we have the permission or the right to know everything. And like I said on Friday, just because you know it doesn't mean that you need to share it with everybody. How'd they get it? Who lied to who? Who pretended to be who to get it? So yeah, it might be cool that we know that she's 2 months behind on her car payment, but how do we know? And I promise if somebody goes real life on them, they'll be on here crying about it. And guess what? I don't want to hear it. Do you think you're the only person that knows how to go real life? I'm not going to do anything to a scammer that I wouldn't want done to myself. I agree with you, real hobo bobo, but just because, I'll give you an example. When Kim Peters was getting evicted, all of it was public information, right? We didn't have to pay a dime to get it. I described it. I never showed it. If you wanted to see it, you would have to go through the steps of finding it and getting it for yourself. So I could come and say, I know she's 2 months behind on her car payment, right? But the question is, what did you do to get it? And if you're spending $50 a month to get information about another human being that is unnecessary to what you do, again, why does it matter to us that she's 2 months behind? She's a scammer, and we know it. We don't need that information to know that she's a scammer. Right? But I want y'all to remember this. If they're willing to do it to her, what are they willing to do to you? It's cool when it's a scammer. What if they turn it on you? How would you feel? Correct, Alley Cat. $40 for $50 a month. Is that why you need so much money? Because you need to keep paying that $50? That's all I'm saying. Y'all want to continue to sit with them and applaud their efforts because it gets you extra information? Be my guest. But I'm good. I don't want no parts of it. Anyway. Let's talk Hallie. Hallie, whatever it is. The other day, she came live begging for, was it $30 or $40? Because she wanted to take her grandmother out. Girl, bye. Yes, everybody tap, 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 please. And for anybody who's wondering why I asked for the taps, I asked for them for two reasons. A, to end up on the FYF, which is the For You feed. And because these people don't like me, they don't like that I use what they do on the internet to make it clear to people that they are scammers. So they will get their little people together and try to take me out. You guys liking the live consistency lets TikTok know that you enjoy the content that's happening so that whatever the reporting is, it outweighs the reporting. So there's two reasons: to keep the live up and to prevent people from taking it down. And to get on the For You feed. Those are the two reasons. And so the way I ask for it is that if every time I change the photo, you like until you feel the heart's tail, instead of you tapping yourself out on one person, you just tap a little bit, take a break, listen, drink a cup of coffee, go to work, whatever it is that you're doing. Going real life does cross a line. And all I'm saying is, if it happens to them, it can happen to you. And all of us have skeletons in our closets. Some closets are deeper, some have more skeletons, but we all have something that we did in the past that we're not proud of, that we wouldn't want the internet to know now. We all have. We've all had dips in life. So why is it because this person is doing wrong that it's okay to invade their privacy? You never seen her before? Oh, she is a gem. She is a gem. So she got married in August and already had a domestic situation where her and her wife couldn't be around each other. So she moved in with her cousin, and instead of being grateful, she was upset that she didn't have any privacy. Excuse me? And I said to her, privacy is a luxury for someone who can afford it. Really? Of course it's not. That's hilarious. Luxury is something, privacy is something you can afford. You get when you can afford it. Yes, I heard that the wife raised money for something else and then didn't use it for the reason why. And when Hallie was asked about it, she was like, that's not my business. But you were the reason. You're asking people for more money when your wife owes people money, but it's none of your business. And she's smiling and she's laughing about it, and it's funny to her. Guess what? I'm going to blast you every chance I get. Because you're playing with people. She begged for money for the wow. Wait, hold on. You said I have a storage unit upgraded from a closet. Yeah, she gets on just to beg. I don't even think she needs it half the time. It's just, you know what? I want $30. I'm gonna make up a story and get it. If you can't afford to take your grandmother out, then just go visit your grandmother. Why is it anybody else's responsibility to give you money to take your grandmother out? And apparently she gets a social security check. Ma'am, you can work even though you're on social security. And clearly you are able-bodied enough to do whatever it is that you're doing. Go get a part-time job. TikTok isn't it. No, they don't take marriage seriously anymore. They don't. She does get a check. She gets a social security check. So why is it anybody else's responsibility? So she went on and on and on. And then the next thing I know, she's in a different location. And I'm like, oh, okay. And guess who comes walking in the door? The wife. And now I'm looking at you sideways. And that's when she was asking for the money for the grandmother. And when her wife came in, boy, did she start popping her collar like she was something special. And you guys need to be glad you're even in her live. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you are pathetic. You're an embarrassment. Then she comes on yesterday with the phone facing the ceiling. And wanted to know why no one was talking. We are facing the ceiling, Hallie. Mind you, of course, there's a water stain up there, so then that became the topic of discussion, because that's all we could see. Oh, beautiful Daisy May. Family is everything. You don't want us to talk about the stain, but that's all we can see. And she's like, well, y'all come and fix it then if it's a problem. Guess what? We shouldn't know there's a stain on the ceiling, ma'am. No, but can you send me who her sister is? Somebody put it in the chat. Cause what is up with these sisters? These family members who get on here and show, like, what is this? Thank God my sister doesn't have a TikTok. But we're not like this, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Yes, it is just one big lie. She is, well, apparently she is married to somebody else. Hilarious Shay. That delusional individual. That delusional individual. She had to do a virtual book signing because she was afraid of the Charlie Kirk thing. Girl, bye. No. Nobody cares. And based on the reviews of your book on Amazon, you would have been better selling them right out of your house. Because, ma'am, you are getting ripped to shreds. The only people buying your book are the people who sit in your chat and listen to your delusion over and over again. Ain't a single person buying that book after they read a review. I'm sorry. The what do they say? The run-on sentences and the grammatical errors and the misspellings, girl. And then she's like, I had someone who's a teacher read it. Well, she shouldn't be a teacher then. She shouldn't be a teacher then, because, ma'am, I wish I would buy that book, because it's nothing more than what she says on the internet, which is a bunch of lies without proof. She's always talking about how she's going to prove something, and yet nothing ever gets proven. Except for that court case where we listened to the whole thing and understood that you got slapped every which way but Sunday. I can't even, like, talking about her is literally punching down. Sister Aunt, ma'am, please come to the front of the class because I need to understand why you let, unless she wanted it to go through like that and told her everything was good. Oh, Susan, another one. It's punching down. That's all that is. It's punching down. Hallie, you must want a permanent spot on the grid because if you keep up, it's not even a necessity. I'm ignorant. Would you like a box? What? Because I'd love to hear how I'm ignorant. I'd love for you to tell me how I'm ignorant. Facts upon facts, you're getting corrected. Would you like a box or did you just want to come in here and make your comment and think and then take a photo and show everybody that you called me ignorant without spelling it correctly? She is ignorantly. Ignorantly what? Unless you're willing to come, I can hold you accountable. For what? What am I doing that I need to be held accountable for? Come in the box or get muted. You got 240 people fired. For what? What are you getting me fired from? Can someone tell me? No, not someone. Can you tell me for what? You're proud of getting 240 people fired. That's something to brag about, I guess. Take a box or get muted. Harassing, stalking this lady. Let me explain something to you because this is clearly your first time here. I don't stalk anyone. You can mute what now because they've been given multiple opportunities to take a box and they won't. So they just want attention and they won't take a box because we don't want to know who we really are. Keep it up, hissed. Please mute them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What, are you her wife or are you her? Who throws up I've gotten 240 people fired as a banner? Be for real. It probably is her. That sounds like something she would say. As if that makes her sound better. I've gotten 240 people fired. And Gabby, please go get your job back at Dunkin' Donuts if that's you. Good morning. Good morning. Nobody cares. Stalking. How are you stalking somebody when they go live on a public app and I'm only saying what they say? I don't go after anybody's real life. I don't go find out that they're 2 months behind on their car payment. But I'm stalking them? Okay. Hey, Mrs. Mandy. Okay. No problem. Get me fired. Please do that. I appreciate it. Then I could become a scammer on TikTok and ask you guys to pay for all my bills. And I can say what got me fired. Okay, Mama Bear, thank you. I can say what got me fired, guys. And so now I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. And you guys support me so much, and I appreciate it. Can you just send me $3,000 a month? But don't send it through TikTok, because TikTok is going to take 70%. So here's my CA, my PP, my Venmo, my Zelle. Be for real. Go ahead, please get me fired. Get out of here. Who's next? Because it doesn't stop. This girl crashed out the other day. Yes, please, everybody. Tap, tap, tap till you feel the heart's tail. This girl crashed out the other day because she has a CPS case. Even though she told everybody she doesn't have a CPS case, she has a CPS case. And apparently, the CPS worker wants her to put her children in school and for her to get off of TikTok. And she was asking her chat to tell her whether whether she legally had to get off TikTok because the CPS worker told her to. And I'm sorry, I said in her chat, no app would come before my children. And let's be clear, CPS will make up anything to take your kids away. So ask Gabby. Now, they didn't have to make it up, but ask Gabby. Wasn't she the one who was like, I'm not getting off of TikTok. You can't make me get off TikTok. And it's weird that she is singing and doing diamond art and all of that, and her kid is taken away. Tell me you wanted your kid taken away without telling me. Correct, Mrs. Mandy. But some of them, I think they want it. They think, oh, it'll be a little while. I'll be able to do what I want to do, enjoy myself. And let's remember, she's about to have another one. If CPS takes those, they'll take this one too, right out of the hospital. Right out of the hospital. And so, ma'am, whether it is legal or not, the fact that you want to stay on TikTok more than you want to follow the plan set out for you is crazy work for me. It's diabolical. Yes, thank you, Erica. Digital Deceivers Expose is the backup in case something happens. I don't even have that up right now. I came ready and focused. So that's what you're concerned about? And I was thinking to myself, why would CPS tell her to get off TikTok? It didn't take me long to figure it out. It is because they're watching your TikTok and they see you on TikTok from morning until night. They hear the kids, the dad is playing his game because y'all had an argument about it on TikTok. You're telling him to get off the game and he's telling you to get off TikTok. And y'all are arguing and nobody's taking care of the kids. The kids entertain themselves. She's worrying about making her house fun instead of educating her children. You can't just wait until they get to kindergarten and be like, that's somebody else's job. She could have a genius in her house and she wouldn't know. They're crying and screaming, and most of it's the baby. But instead of addressing it, she says to the chat, it's their house. They could cry if they want to. Are you kidding me? And again, all of this is on TikTok. So she was crashing out not because she has a CPS worker, Not because they could take her children, but because they wanted her to put the kids in school and get her off TikTok. Excuse me? And then she comes back and she's mad at somebody who streams her, talks about her, whatever. My lady, first of all, people are going to talk about you, period. For A. For B, you put all your business on the streets for TikTok to discuss. You are 6 children deep and neither one of you have a job. You moved clear across the country without any support. When you go to have the baby, you're going to do it alone. And then apparently last night she was having Braxton Hicks and they needed money for a cab so she could go to the hospital. Y'all haven't even put aside money so that when she goes into labor, she can get to the hospital? But of course they have the money. They just feel like whatever they want, whatever comes up, chat should take care of it. Chat should just take care of it. Their governmental assistance ain't enough. And now let's remember, it wasn't too long ago that she was saying that people who do battles on TikTok are just beggars. They're no better, that she didn't like the environment, even though she was making big money. The moment the big money stopped, now it's like it's below her. Guess who's back to battling? I don't know if she got it. Yeah, she wants $1,200 for a car for all of the kids. Now tell me you were being a responsible mother. You were doing the best you could by your children. And then I would understand why you want a van. Because you want to take them places. You want them to see things. We would see you making an effort. But all you do is pop out kids and sit on TikTok begging for money. That's all you do. The father is in the house. He's right there playing video games all day. Pinky promised that'll come later. Why do we care about the fact that they don't have driver's licenses? Get the car first, then they'll get a driver's license. Come on now.
Hey Didi, okay, so that her main account has been banned.
Which one? Big Zim or Ziminique the biggest?
Big Zim, because she's on a new page now.
Oh, send it to me, please. I heard her talking about that because she was like, we'll just start over. And in 30 minutes, I'll have 1,000 people to go live. And I was like, what is she talking about? Well, now I know.
Yes, and her new page is only for her Amazon wish list. It's asking just for baby things.
All them kids and she needs baby things?
Yep.
Hilarious. All them kids and she needs baby things. Okay, yeah. I see it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Didi.
I appreciate you. So now I know what she was talking about. G Florida 7, why do you want to come up? I've never seen you before. Right. It's so ridiculous. It's almost funny. Right. Why would she, all of those children, and you don't have anything to put on your children? That tells you you shouldn't be having anymore. But to get mad that people are going to critique the life you put on social media is bananas. Again, when people get famous, they know that they're going to be scrutinized and talked about. Now, I'm not saying she's famous, but you are infamous on this app for continuing to pop out kids you can't afford. For having a man in the house and you're like, when his family needs, he gets out there and hustles. When? Because all the time that I see, he's right there in the house with you. Girl, if you're going to be on here showing the quote unquote part of your life you want us to see, then expect to get criticized. You could be doing everything perfectly and you're going to get criticized. So if you're going to do it, then accept that people are going to have something to say about it. There are people on this app who are positive all the time, and they say something, and before you know it, it's one hate video after another. And they're not even doing anything wrong. People just don't like what they said on that particular video. It comes with the territory. What are you crashing out for? And if you don't want to take CPS's advice, then don't take it. But you're crying because you realize that if they do what they say they're going to do and they take your children away, well, you can't pop your collar and say you're the best mother on TikTok, can you? If they make you get off of TikTok, then you can't beg for your money like you want to. You see that van driving right past your house and going to somebody else. There's something, I forgot the quote, but it's something like, if you want to see change, you have to do something different. She blames this pregnancy on alcohol. Yeah, she's about to drop baby number 6. And when they found out it was a girl, they started joking about having baby number 7 because they want another boy. And if alcohol brought this one, are you going to do anything to prevent 7? Like, how many more kids do you need? What is she, like 26 years old? She hasn't even made 30 yet. And we're on baby number 6. Correct, Cindy. And that is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That's that exact definition of insanity. Good morning. Good morning, scammer alert. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it, Japonica. I don't doubt it at all. Because having another baby means what? I'm not paying for him. That's more in my check every month. But, yep, her and Quay are together. Do what you do. But not doing anything to change the outcome for her children. Even Quay isn't on as much as Zim is. I gotta be honest. Quay will come on. Her babies are adorable. They're always dressed. They're always clean. Whatever the case may be. But even she is not on as much as Zim. Not even close. But I guess with how many kids does Quay have now? 10? 9? 10? You can't be. Who's next? Let's talk about that guy. So, was it Friday night? So when he got paid, of course he had to tell us that where he was moving into, that look, he called it a car trailer truck or something like that. I can't remember what he exactly said. Everybody tap, tap, tap. By the way, if you've come off of the FYF, can you put it in the chat? I'd like to just see if anybody's come off the FYF, the For You feed. Something, a car hauler trailer, something like that. Oh, wait, what's your name? Thank you. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, I do 9 people a day. And today you're going to, if you stick around, you're going to get a special because I'm going to talk about 15 today. You came from the guy? That is a very loaded question. Thank you, Sunflower, for letting me know. So, Friday night, he got paid. And he was going to be allowed to stay in this trailer for 30 days. And it cost $650 and his check was $670, which is what he said. Right? However, while he's on and begging for money because he needed a sleeping bag and an air mattress and this and that and this, lo and behold, he's sitting out there with a woman in a very familiar chair, I must say, and a very familiar background, I must say. And we learned that his girlfriend is there. Your girlfriend can't help you get your medicine? I believe, based on that if this is not the girl that he dragged from Philly, because she did sound young. She didn't sound like an older woman. You do, Mary Ellen? If it ain't her, who is with a man living in a trailer for cars that has absolutely nothing? Ladies, are we that desperate? Yeah, he showed her. I seen her, she was young. Yeah. Are we that desperate? And when you go home, you leave him in a trailer? Oh, we love Miss May over here. Miss May comes in. Miss May, you and your husband are still going to support a man who needs everything paid for, and yet he has the nerve to have a girlfriend? It's like people getting a pet or having a baby. You're going to add somebody to this craziness? Oh, Miss May is a huge enabler. Her and her husband. She went away for a little while. I don't know why, but she's come back. You have a girlfriend, but you guys had a fire outside and you were loving life, and could people help you? And then last night or yesterday evening, you would think that he lost everything in his life. He was dirty. He was barely holding himself together. He was weeping, begging, like, sir, what happened from Friday to Sunday? What happened? Because we was good Friday night. We were happy Friday night. Let me tell you something. When you need your medication and you need it to survive, that comes before everything. But he's never willing to show proof. He could show us the pill bottles. He could literally mark off the names or the name of the medication, the name of the pharmacy number, what the medication is, the milligram dosage, and just a pill bottle and his name and the date he got it. He could show us a receipt from the pharmacy. He got $15 yesterday. He was walking to the pharmacy, ended up at a gas. Fuck it, I love it. Of course he ends up at a gas station. He could literally show the receipt. Name, pharmacy, like you could even write, like, mark out the prescription code that they put up there and show how much you spent at the bottom. He will never show proof because that's not what he needs money for. He was looking for there. The fact that there is a woman in his life, like, ladies, do I need to do a live about having a set of standards, not going below them, looking for red flags? Like, come on. I was young and dumb too. I put up with some things I shouldn't have. But come on. Really? Really, fuck it. I believe it. I believe it. Probably brought a pack of cigarettes, claiming that people are always giving it to him. But did he make sure that we know that he knows how much they cost? If you're always getting them handed to you, why do you know the price? Right. Have some self-respect. Listen, Charlotte, it's like Nate and Lisa. What? Codependent. Sammy, Michelle, if it was destroying who you are as a person, congratulations. Congratulations. Right, fuck it, of course. Of course somebody sent them. I love how it's always something else, somebody else, or they'll be like, somebody sent me the money and told me to buy cigarettes. So that's what I did. I don't even watch everything, and I can sit here and imagine how it all works out. Because I watch enough to know that they're full of crap. He thought he was on mute. You gotta love when technology fails them, right? And then they'll come back and be like, what? Huh? Y'all didn't hear that. Okay, you want me to believe my lying eyes? My lying ears? Okay. And then you got Miss May in there. I'm gonna block anybody who's rude. Girl, you and your man got the money. Go ahead and send it to him. I don't understand why all of these enablers and mods don't just get together. You know he's going to need money for his medication every week. Just send it. Then the rest of us don't have to deal with it. Lewis for fact. And she'll come back and be like, nobody said that. That's not what they said. Kat tried to do it the other day, and then she just got off live because she realized that we heard it. And when I asked her mods, what do you think about that? They were defensive. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean was I there? Did I hear it? Girl. Of course they start to stumble because they think that they're that's what I mean. They're like children who think that they've worked it out, that they've, prevented people from understanding the truth. And then when it blows up, and guess what? Then that's our fault. That's our fault. I bet it did fall. I bet it did. These people. I'm sorry, guys. As I go over them, I try to check mark it that I've done them already. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what I woke up to yesterday morning. So yesterday morning, I was hit up because Team Medina said she wanted to apologize for saying the N-word. Now, let me be very clear about something. I caught a video where she was saying it over and over and over again. Like, I just say it when I talk and blah, blah, blah. And of course, there's somebody in her comments talking about we're adults, we understand. When we're adults, we understand that there's certain things we shouldn't say when we're adults. And she's 31, by the way. She's old enough. Now, if that's how the friends you have want to talk to each other, be my guest. Don't do it here. You don't have the right to say it to me. Oh, I'm sure she is, because she's not live right now. And she don't start work till tomorrow. So I went in. What made me really go in though was because she said she wanted an apology from me. But I wanted to hear her out, so I went in, and she apologized, and I said, I accept your apology. I understand, we get mad, we say things, I get it. Yeah, she's 31. So I said, but you want an apology from me. What am I apologizing for? And she was like, well, you blasted me all over. I said, blasted you all over how? In my little account with the few people that come in here 3 times a week, blasted you how? She was like, well, you don't do the videos. And I was like, no, I don't stream. I don't do videos. I take 1 photo, or 2, put it on the grid, put it in a thing, and I talk about what I see on TikTok. Blast you where? Now, I do talk about what you do and say. And if you're embarrassed about what you do and say, do something different. I also congratulated her on getting the job. When was that, Sunshine Doxy? She's 31 and the girlfriend is 25. So, Claudia kicked her out? Wow. Oh, I know. I'm going to get there when she dropped me. This morning. I hope somebody has a video of that. Nookie, please post it. Anyway, so I congratulated her on getting a job, but I said to her, what concerns me is that even though you need money from people to survive, baby wanted a dog and baby got a dog. I was like, do you think that was a good decision? Because now the people who support you have to take care of an animal too. And she admitted it probably wasn't the right decision, but oh yes, if we're lagging, tap, tap, tap. Because that's what's happening. I can't even find my other phone. Is it still lagging really bad? For everybody who is lagging really bad for, go out and come back in. Thank you, Granny Annie. Love you for that. So, okay. So, just guys, to tap through this because clearly we're upset about it. So, I said, she admitted that getting the dog probably wasn't the right decision. And we continued to talk. And I said, I've been watching for a while. I watch you get bus ticket after bus ticket after bus ticket, hotel after hotel. I didn't say anything for a while. Not that I couldn't have, but I didn't. And I said, you want to know when I started talking about you? When you came on and said you needed a bus ticket to Corpus and you only needed $39. You said you only had to pay for your part of the trip. And then at one point you said to Claudia, how much do we need? And Claudia said $74. And you turn back to the camera and say, we need $74. You never explained why, because I was there. I watched it in real time. You never indicated that it was because someone didn't pay her part of the ticket. You literally just turned and said, we need 74. And I said, you didn't explain it. And she was like, well, it's because somebody didn't pay that part. But then she goes on some rant that I can't even tell you because it didn't make any sense to the question. So I said, you didn't answer my question. Now, I heard her when she said somebody didn't pay for it. But I wanted to know why you didn't explain it to your audience. You're saying that now. But you didn't say it then. And of course, we learn in the comments like, you don't need to answer for anything. Of course she doesn't. But if she wants to know why I have her picture up, I have no problem saying to you why. None whatsoever. I don't just tease people. I don't just pull things. Let me just tell you something. If there wasn't anybody to talk about, I just wouldn't be here. I'll be like, guys, nobody to talk about. I've been watching, but nobody to talk about. So I'll see you Wednesday. I'll see you Friday. But there's always somebody to talk about. And you, in that instance, rose to the level where you deserve to be on the grid. And that's when I talked about you. So, of course, she tried to say that I was talking over her, even though you guys know I try to stay as cool can be. I don't raise my voice. I don't start yelling and cursing. I don't tell them to shut up. I don't overtalk them. In fact, she asked me to hold on so that her girlfriend could come, and I stayed mute so that her girlfriend could come to the phone. But now I'm over talking you, and then she was like, she's trying to call me a liar. Well, by then, a lot of people from our side of the aisle came in. And in fact, All for One said to her, I offered you resources and you blocked me. Well, now the people who know us were in there and they were making comments. She didn't like that. So first she dropped me out the box and was like, she's trying to overtalk me. I'm not going to let you make me out to look like a liar. Just answer the question then. I didn't say anything. I only repeated to you what I saw. If I was wrong, then just say I was wrong. If I was right, be like, you know what, you're right, and I should have did a better explanation. But just like with Tim and Angela, when I hit that spot, they dropped me. Because I'm not who they would like me out to make me out to be. Period. I'm not that. She's your cousin, Mo? Would you like a box? Oh, I'm sure she did. And then she ended. And then she ended and came right back. Because what she was trying to do was get rid of us who have things to say. So, of course, I went right back in, like, ma'am, what? And then she lied on me. And when you lie on me, you are asking for a permanent spot on the grid. She tried to say that I said that they should get rid of the dog. When did I say that? I just said that getting a dog was irresponsible, that it was a huge burden on the people who are already taking care of you. And she's like, when we got the dog, the ASPCA, we got food and we got toys and they paid for the surgery. I don't know what ASPCA you went to, but when I went and got my cats, because I don't buy animals, because for what? Yes, they paid for the surgery. If I wanted to take them home without a carrier, they put them in a box. I didn't get toys. They didn't give me food. Now, maybe where she is, that's what they do. But that isn't a long-term solution. The bag of dog food runs out, ma'am. They tried to hide the animal and then they couldn't. They're in that position because they choose to. 100%, Mo. 100%. She has literally, she'll be, the other day, she was like, guys, it slipped my mind. Baby needs new shoes. I was walking around barefoot because I gave her my shoes. But it was interesting because you showed a pair of sneakers that you were going to wear to work. And then magically, there was another pair of shoes that you were now going to use for work. And then it'll be, well, we got the room, but now we need to eat. Now we need an Uber. Your girlfriend didn't want to go with you somewhere because she needed to stay with the dog. And she's on the run from what? She never had it. Girl, stop it. No, she wasn't supposed to start until tomorrow. Let me tell you guys about why I'm not excited or I'm not moved by the fact that she got kicked out. She'll be back. You don't want to know why? Because baby Claudia is trauma bonded to Medina. Because if you were listening the other day, somebody reached out to Claudia to tell her that Medina was cheating on her. And Medina wanted her to just block them. Block them, block them, block them. She doesn't want any stud talking to Claudia. Block them. But when Claudia was like, people don't know what I've been through. I want to hear what they have to say. Medina's response was, I haven't done anything to you in months. Excuse me? Months? You act like I haven't done anything in 10 years. What do you mean months? What did you do months ago? And when I say months, I don't mean like 6, 9, 10 months. We're talking a couple of months ago. And it wasn't once. And she's like, I do everything with you now. I'm with you 24 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. Because you have to be. Where you going? 7 times? Listen. But she doesn't want a stud to talk to her. Why? Because she's afraid that there is somebody else who would actually treat her with respect. But then, after the person told her what it was, Medina convinced her that it wasn't true or that it was old news. And she comes over crying, saying, "You're going to leave me. You're going to." And I'm sitting there thinking, Claudia, let's have a conversation, baby girl. You are 25 years old. By the time you get to my age, you will understand that those relationships that broke you to your core were not worth it. Really, Mo? Is this why she doesn't want us to know? Because once we find out about who she really is, we'll have even more questions for her. They're trauma bonded. Claudia is trauma bonded because she needs her wife or her girlfriend, I'm sorry, to validate her. And many of us have ended up in relationships where our mood, where our feelings about ourselves are tied in to how the person we are with treats us. And we do that because we've faced trauma in the past. And when we feel like somebody loves us, what they do every day determines us. How do I know? Because I've been there. I've done that. We are all like, why didn't he pick up the phone when I called? Why didn't she respond right away to my text message? What are they doing? Why can't they? We all go through that, right? Medina's wife passed from cancer and she left her. Wow. That's really sad. That's really sad. Yeah, she did. I heard her talking about something where she was like, she's still dealing with the trauma of something. But I didn't understand what it was. Well, she's not going to tell us anything that's going to make her look bad, Mo. Why would she? She needs the money. That's all she's focused on is the money. But I just found it interesting that on her live, she could talk to whoever. Straight women, gay women, men, but not Claudia. If it's a stud and Claudia, block them. They don't even have to be rude. Block them. Like, what? So you could talk to whoever you want to, but Claudia can't. That is her insecurity. She doesn't want anybody to talk to Claudia because Claudia might meet someone who treats her better, who says all the right things. Very insecure. Very insecure. But she claims she has this job on Tuesday. Let me just tell you something. Dropping me out the box because I hit the chord you don't want to talk about. And let's be clear, that's only one call her out for putting on makeup. What? Mo, I hear you. I hear you 110%. And Mo, let me just tell you, when she said that she was going to be working at a refinery and she would be inside the refrigerator, we did a little fact check on that and realized that while there is refrigeration to cool down the things that they have to heat up, nobody works in them, for A. And you have to have a special skill set to work on the refrigeration. It's a particular kind of engineer. So we already know she has lied about the job and what she's going to be doing. We already know. But I just let it play out. We will see what happens on Tuesday. And now that you got kicked out, she'll be back. I promise. She'll be right. She's going to sweet talk Claudia and she'll be right back in. That's why I'm not moved by the fact that Claudia kicked her out. because she's the one who makes sure they have money. Probably so that they can get money separately. I don't doubt it, Mo. Right. You have to have a special skill set to work in the refrigeration part of a refinery. And nobody works inside the refrigeration. And so when she says she needed boots and pants, I'm like, if your work is within a refrigeration unit, don't you need specialized clothing? She doxes herself all the time and then blames the jet. Oh, she was never kicked out. It was a skit this morning. Listen, I don't put anything past the people that I cover. Correct. They are very strict. It's like it's like a national security issue to just let anybody at the refinery. Do you know what people who have bad intentions can do to this country with a refinery? Listen. But I'm going to sit back and wait and watch. Like I said, I accepted her apology. When people apologize, I'm going to take it. She stole from y'all. She says alcohol was the reason she left. Yes, she did. She was like, we had to get out of that situation because there was alcohol. I can't remember if she said rugs, but she was acting like what was going on in the house was putting the two of them at risk. No, well, what she said was that yesterday morning, she was like, I gotta go to work and it's gonna be miles and miles to get there, but I'm gonna do it. My husband, hold on. Yes, my husband used to haul gas. I used to ride with him. I had to have a background. Correct. People could do a lot of things with gasoline. She did say rugs too. I thought so. But whatever. Hey, Georgie. Whatever. We'll just keep watching. But for those of y'all who weren't there, hopefully somebody recorded it and posted it so that you could hear just how calm I was. I wasn't disrespectful. Y'all know I'm not. But for people who might be new, she brought the rugs. That's why we locked her out as well. You know what, Mo? Thank you. Thank you. Because she will the people in her chat are like, people are jealous of you because you're doing better. Jealous of what? Not knowing if I'm going to have a roof over my head the next day? Worried that I'm not going to know what I'm going to eat the next day? Now adding to it a dog? Like, jealous of what? They kill me when they say that. You must be jealous you aren't getting money. Maybe if I didn't have my own way of getting money, I might be jealous. But jealous of somebody who needs to beg every single day for every little thing, what would I be jealous about? My animals are good. When they need something, they get it. What is there to be jealous of? That I don't go to concerts, that I'm not flying all over the country? That's a choice. I don't need the money. Do I want more? Of course. Who doesn't? Would I love to live where I could travel around the world, stay in 5-star restaurants, see the most unique places in the world? Of course I would. Who doesn't? But I'm not going to come to TikTok and tell other people, guess what? You go to work 40 hours a week so that I can live like I'm rich. So I can live like I don't have a care in the world. What? Jealous of what will always be my question. she blocked you because you asked how you would do. The other day, I was in Liberty and Justice's live, and I watched while she was on this bus ride, right? And I was listening to her talk about, her. So then later on, I went back in and I was like, "Do you have a safe place to stay?" And she's like, "I've never seen you before." Block. Does that mean that I haven't watched you before? And I was just asking. I wasn't offering money. I wasn't offering you a place to stay. But when they are that paranoid, you know that they're afraid. It's not just I feel unsafe or I'm afraid someone's going to come get me, because you're going to a new place. But I have watched you before where you have absolutely 100% doxed your location because you were looking for somebody else to take advantage of in that area. Oh, I'm not worried about Medina. Not at all. When she said she was going to the news, be for real. And what is the news going to say? Like somebody said about Gabby, the news is going to want the other side. Do you really want me to tell you what I know? Do you really want me to expose who you are on TikTok for the news? Okay, no problem. Correct, Penny. Correct. I'm not paranoid. If you ask me a question and I don't want to answer it, I just say I'm not answering that. What? Why do I gotta block you? It takes a lot for you to get blocked around here. Because even if you don't agree with me, that's okay too. You're welcome to a box if you don't agree with me. Let's have a conversation. And tell me why you don't agree with me. Even with that person earlier, all they got was muted because they wanted attention, but they didn't want a box. As if I only talk about one person. Calm down. Okay. Let's talk Cody. Somebody who said she was leaving TikTok. She now comes on every day. She's always on the move. But she always wants something. And she acts like she doesn't ask. Literally, when she came on the other day, when I came in, it was wish list, wish list, wish list. That's all she was talking about. And I told you guys last week, it was, we need to figure out a way for you guys to share my Amazon wish list so it could get out to more people. You can't be serious. You mean to tell me I'm going to use my platform to promote your Amazon wish list? If I want to promote an Amazon wish list, it's going to be mine. It's not going to be somebody else's. I don't have one, by the way. I don't have one, by the way. Okay? I don't have an Amazon wish list. I have an Amazon wish list for my man. I'm like, one day you need to clear this out. He's like, yeah, right. But yeah, $7,000 of a wish list. Yep. So she went and spent time with Allie, 2 hours. She said all day and then said 2 hours. Two different things, my love. And she was excited that she was going to be getting $14 from gifts this week. She was thankful. But now that her son wants to start a landscaping business with, young man, I am proud of you. She's like, I'm going to start taking donations for a wagon and other supplies. Apparently, as they go into the winter, he wants to do like driveways and stuff like that. Again, I applaud that young man. But my question is this: if he is doing lawns all every weekend, he was doing it all summer. What's he spending his money on? Are you not teaching him how to save the money to reinvest it in the business? No, you're just doing what you always do. I'm taking donations for a wagon and for his other supplies. And then I love when they're like, can you guys think of anything else he might need for the winter? And somebody was like, lawn johns. And she's like, I got to add that to the wish list. Like what? And then because she is training her kids in her ways, her son wanted Dairy Queen, and she's like, I don't have the money for Dairy Queen. So she's like, you better come ask your TikTok aunties for money to get Dairy Queen. What? Good morning, Chill. What? And literally, he took the phone and was like, can anybody send money so I can get Dairy Queen? Listen. Girl. But she wanted everybody to know that she had food at home, that she feeds them, but he wants Dairy Queen. I swear to you, he picked up the phone and was like, can any of you send money so I can get Dairy Queen? I was like, wow. Mind you, as they were moving, she was showing the kids, and like there was this loud noise, right? I need a TikTok auntie too. What I don't know which child it was, but they were literally banging the lawnmower on the ground, like not picking it up. How do I say it? You know the handle that you use to push the lawnmower? He was leaning back and then dropping it on the ground, leaning back. And I'm like, that's what you're doing for the equipment you use? And she's just like, these kids, no, he's not appreciating his tools. And when they break, are you going to come back to TikTok and say, oh, his lawnmower broke and now he can't do it? Like, what? When I see stupidity, I struggle. What do you mean? Oh, these kids. That's like, you're not teaching him that he better be glad he came upon that equipment? Right. When you don't pay for it, you don't value it. And when you think people will replace it, you don't value it. And that's when people say what's wrong, that's what's wrong. I did that on a Raising the Consciousness a long time ago. When and maybe I should bring some of those things back since some of you guys weren't around. But I went through what is wrong with people sending people money on social media. It creates an environment where they believe that they can continuously come back and ask for money so they don't have to be responsible with their money, with their items, with what they get sent. Because they assume it's always going to be there. There's always going to be a piggy bank waiting for them to take money out. It makes them less reliant on themselves. And Cody works hard. And I don't mean physically works like she has a job, but she has kids. She is always walking somewhere. She's taking them to appointments. She's cleaning the house. She's cooking meals. I'm not saying that she's a bad mother, not by any shape or form. From everything that I can see, she takes her role as a mother responsibly. But there are things she does that don't lend themselves to creating an environment where her children will grow up understanding that nothing is going to be handed to them in life. She doxes her daughter's medical information and then wonders why people are talking about it. I cannot do Tristan pizza. I'm sorry. I have tried on multiple occasions. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I have tried. There are just some people I cannot do. And he is one of them. Somebody else is going to have to pick up the mantle and do that because I cannot. Y'all paying him to go all over the country and act stupid with that little dinosaur. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Then she starts to complain about where her daughter is. And she said while she was in the hospital, now usually a hospital setting is for acute care. When they get you to a point, when they get you to a certain point, you are supposed to, you go to like a step down. Once they get you past the how can I describe it for people who don't know medicine? I'm just going to use these terms. These are not accurate, but I'm trying to make it clear. Once you are no longer an emergency, you don't need to be in the hospital anymore. I'm just going to use that terminology, right? So they were like, she needs to go into a group home. Now, in order for her to go there, Cody had to sign paperwork. Now she is claiming she didn't know she was signing over custody. What? So, right, stabilized. Thank you, Manders. That is the perfect word. Once you are stabilized, you no longer need the resources of a hospital. How do you mean you didn't know you were signing over custody? So you were just signing papers, you didn't read them? By the way, if somebody hands you a paper, I don't care if it takes you an hour to read it. Read every word. Read every word. And listen, I'm guilty. When people ask me, like when I download an app and they're like, agree to this, agree to that, am I reading everything? No, because it's too much. And I'm going to use it anyway. But when it comes to paperwork, especially when it came to my son, they're like, we need you. I'm not hurrying. You put me in a room so I can read it. But if they're taking care of her and they need custody because they need to be able to bring her to the doctor, maybe they need to be able to put her in school, whatever it is, if you felt like that's where she needed to be, what do you mean you didn't know you had to turn over custody? You had to sign the documents. And either you read them and you understood, or you didn't and you signed. And now, it could be Erica, but I'm only using the word she used. She said custody. But she's not in your care. So she's in their care. And they need to make decisions for her that they don't want to have to wait to get in touch with you. If she needs to go to the hospital, she needs to do it. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to read something because it applies. Breaking news: Donald Trump has signed a deal related to TikTok and XI. China has not confirmed the deal. But as I knew, TikTok isn't going anywhere. The name might change, the servers may change where they are, but TikTok isn't going anywhere. Just so you know. Correct, she is. And we only know that because her mother gives all her business. thank you. So TikTok isn't going anywhere. Thank you, Disturbed One. I appreciate it. And we knew it wasn't. Yeah, what is the super fan thing? First of all, I didn't like when they went from whatever it was to fan. You're not a fan. A fan? And now there's this. I went to like somebody. There was someone who was like, they were doing encouraging words. It was it was an older gentleman. Now, he had all of his payment apps, but he was just a beautiful gentleman. And he had 600 people in his live this morning at like 5 o'clock a.m. And I went to join him. It's a penny. And then it was like, you can become a super fan. What is that? What is that? When I tell you TikTok will find a reason to get your money, they will find a reason. Good morning, Trolla. TikTok is always coming up with something new. You have to have coins for a super fan. Yeah, it's a new feature, but for what? The penny isn't enough? Being a subscriber isn't enough? We got something new? Oh, anyway. She came back on. Sorry, I'm going through my notes. And I have a feeling because I think she cleans people's houses now. And I think she was doing somebody's laundry. And her son was like, I don't want to go do the last house. And she was like, well, then go give the man his money back, which I thought was very honorable of her. She wasn't like, well, we'll do it another day. She was like, nope, do it or go give him his money back. And that's what I mean. She is not a bad mother. I wouldn't put her in the. It's $9.99. TikTok, you got jokes. But you want to know what? If it's coming to America, it's going to cost more money to run. And so I can see why they want more. I'm going to be surprised if they don't make us pay a fee to have a TikTok account. Because listen. Let me tell y'all, it's all money is what moves the world. Understand that. It's money moves the world. Okay? So then she's like, I found a pair of sunglasses that I like, but I can't afford them. I'm not paying for TikTok either, believe that. Subscriptions are leaving and going to a base monthly. What? Not $10? Yeah, I'm good. $10? I need to pay the TikTok fee. Y'all want to keep seeing me? Y'all gonna have to pay me so you can keep. I can see it too. Absolutely, 110. TikTok is losing its mind, but at least now we know it's not going anywhere. But there hasn't been confirmation from China, but I'm sure it's coming. I understand. Listen, if you can't afford something, everybody on TikTok doesn't need to know. I want a Phantom or a Bentley, and I can't afford it. Would anybody on TikTok like to buy it? I did. I talked about Timothy Nash already. He looked a mess. Just because you want something and you can't afford it, that is not content on TikTok. That is the dry beg of the century. That's why I have left up the dry begging queen. Because her entire platform is based on her dry begging. For one thing after another. No, for one I didn't. Hold on. Let me see. Hey, please allegedly Medina got kicked out of the hotel room. Yes, Offer, when we talked about it, she had a cousin in here who suspects that it was a skit between her and her girlfriend to get money. Right, Daisy May. He looked a mess. He was dirty at 2:05 in the morning. Yeah, apparently it was her and Claudia having a fight. And Claudia picked her up, kicked her out. But it was a way to get money. Yeah, her cousin Mo was in here. And cousin Mo also explained that they put her out because she was the one that brought rugs into the house. It wasn't the other way around. And I tend to believe that too. Now, I don't know Mo from Adam. Mo could be a made up account. I don't know. But the things Mo said absolutely correlate to the person we know. But yeah, of course she got. Listen, she's very controlling. Very controlling. Now, before I do the last one, let's go over some updates. So Eric comes live on James Brown and he's still doing the same thing he's always done. He's still at home with his mama, even though every time I turn around, he's getting kicked out. When I said, "You're still with your mom?" he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "So you didn't get kicked out?" And he's like, "Yeah, but she doesn't have her part of the rent." But we are still there. You never seen him? I legitimately thought he was somebody with a problem. He's not. He's just a scammer beggar. Let's. Oh, Windwalker, Dutch Gypsy, Kristen, they have found themselves an extended stay that I believe is being paid for by the city, the state, somebody. And they have access to food, and the extended stay, I believe, has a kitchen. So she is great now. She is also planning on writing a book about her time being homeless and how she saw some of the worst things with people who were on rugs, and she wants to write a book about it. But now that she's comfortable and safe, she's going to do $5 readings for you. Ma'am, you couldn't foresee your homelessness, and I'm going to let you do a reading for me? No, thank you. I'm good on you. Okay? Not doing it. But another way to get money, now she doesn't even need it, but now she's figured out another way to get it. Don't need it, but she is happy popping her collar. Her man is good. By the way, he's not her husband. Go ahead and get married at this point. She was on this morning begging for her pregnant. Listen. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit her. Kat is still begging. Now, she said yesterday that she started her job the day before. But wasn't it like a week and a half ago where she was like, "I started work and the hours are killing me"? But a week before that, she said she wasn't starting until the 13th or the 15th. Pick a story, girl. So yesterday she needed money for shorts. Wait a minute. I know I wrote that down. She needed shorts, socks, and a belt, but she was going to the Goodwill, so she only needed a little bit of money. Yep, a framework for a TikTok deal between U.S. worked out between TikTok and China. I have said it all along, and I'm going to say it again. It wasn't ever going to go anywhere. They make too much money from the U.S. economy. It wasn't going anywhere. Okay, who's the next update? Let's say it. They have paid the two ladies. Congratulations for the ladies. Congratulations for Tim and Angela. Let's keep it up. Time for Angela to get a job. I've been saying that from the beginning. Time to get a job. But they've done it. That's all I'm going to say. This one has gone to friends only because she can't handle it. But she is mean and nasty. She thinks her views are the only thing that matter and that no one can have an opposing view. Girl, your line of reasoning and thinking is outdated, it's old-fashioned, and it's no longer acceptable. We don't have to agree on everything to be civil. And then to go after Doc Compton, who is doing the Lord's work, preventing people from getting scammed. Girl, please go find something to do. She literally operates from a place of complaining. Complaining about where she lives, even though she doesn't have to pay a dime. Complaining about the people who live in the building with you. You're not paying anything. You don't get to choose where you live. Period. She claims she wants to get a job. It has been the 2 weeks that she said it was going to be. Take it off. I'm sorry, I can't see anybody's comments. Take it off. We know you're good. Right. How dare you go after Doc Compton? Are you kidding me? Good morning. Good morning to everybody coming in. Girl, you picked the wrong one. You were better off coming after me than to come after Doc Compton. You've got to be kidding me. I love that man. What? I love when he acts like the old lady. It's amazing. He does. If you haven't watched him, he usually goes live like where I live, it's like mid-morning. Or, for some people it might be afternoon. I don't know. But if you happen to catch his lives, please go in and watch. It is amazing. And then he makes them so freaking mad. And these are people who will say, like, your computer has something wrong with it. They tend to target older people. And he pisses them off, and I love it for them. It's amazing. If you've never watched Doc Compton, watch him. It's amazing. Girl, then she went into somebody else's chat who, I can't remember if the issue was abortion, but she went in and was going off on the ma'am. Just like you tell us if we don't like you, we can scroll. You can do the same thing. Yeah, I know. He was there. I saw it. Correct, Tooth. She is the person he's trying to protect, and yet she's going off. Amazing. Well, she's back. And guess what? This is the only thing I want to know. I want to know from the people who gave her money to get out of her dangerous situation. I want to know how you feel that you only paid for her to get back with the very man who she says was beating her. Yeah, I heard she got baptized. And she claims she's having the baby in March. I'm waiting. I'll be here in March. I don't know if her stomach grew or not. Yeah, listen, people like her will get baptized anywhere for the clout. They'll get baptized 35 times, it don't matter. But She was just posting pictures. Why? Because that's called the soft launch. She knew if she just came back and he was next to her, people would be like, what? Didn't we? Yeah, she went live from church. Didn't we pay for you to get away from him to get to a safe location and y'all are back together? Oh, I'm Daisy May. I wouldn't doubt it. She seems like the person who will go somewhere, go to the new church, and be like, "I need to get baptized." And then, of course, they're gonna wrap their arms around her because they feel like she's just come to Jesus, and now she's a member of our community. It's all for the. It's all for the grift. It's all for the grift. Yeah, Big Mark was back too. He's living in like sober living, but at least he ain't on here begging every day. I've seen him on a couple of times. I didn't even add him to the list because I didn't even take a single note. Oh yeah, and pregnant, due in March. I'll be here waiting. And the question is, if he's still beating you, are you gonna stay with him once you have the baby? I can only remember when Kiki and her kids got baptized. When I think that's all I can remember because they went live while they were getting baptized too. Absolutely, scammer alert. Will be watching. By the way, I want to say this. I've noticed quite a few people are taking a break from the app. If the app is becoming too much, please take a break. I did. It wasn't long enough. But please, take a break. I know we discuss heavy things. I know we talk about people and what they're doing. And when, for some people, a lot of negativity, they don't know how to let it go. They carry it. Please take a break if it becomes too much. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. And I told y'all, I plan on taking a week off. The problem I have with taking the week off is, am I going to turn the phone off for a week? Am I going to turn TikTok off? Because it's one thing for me not to come live. But if I'm just going to sit on my phone all week and write notes about what I see scammers do, why won't I go live and talk about it? So I'm trying to figure it out for myself. Because I'm going to have a hard time not watching a scammer. I really am. Yes, exactly right. In TikTok Shop, it used to be Amazon, then it was Shein and Temu. TikTok Shop has me in a chokehold. Today, they have that wrist blood pressure cuff for $8 and free shipping. I saw that before I came on this morning, and I was very close to buying it. Mind you, I have one already. But I want that one. TikTok Shop has me in a chokehold. But let me also say this though, guys. Double check that you can't get it somewhere cheaper, because I've been doing that lately. And some of the stuff they sell on TikTok Shop you can get other places. I got played into buying a bag because she kept saying the bag was free. You're paying for the charms. And after I bought it, I realized she was lying because the smaller bag was 20 and the bigger bag was 25. So how is the bag fee if there's a different price for the size of the bag? I'm like, I gotta get out of TikTok Shop because I start believing the nonsense. Anyway. Uh-oh, I'm starting to have an allergy attack. I hate when this happens. It just comes out of nowhere. Okay. Who else? Oh, she's back. And so when I saw her back, I came in and I shared it to like a lot of people. And she noticed, of course. And she was like, oh, look, you're here and you're sharing it to your minions. And I said, we missed you. No, I didn't. Not at all. But I know people had questions like, where is she? Where is she? And people had all kinds of theories about why. It looks like she was just sick. That's all. But when she came back, she wasn't like, did y'all miss me? I miss y'all. She was like, I need $100. I need $100. Girl, if you really believe that I missed you, you need to have your head examined. I was like, thank you for the break. But then the people in her chat were, in her panel were like, oh, because you didn't have nobody to talk about because Maggie wasn't here for 2 weeks, girl. And I said to them, y'all must not watch me because I didn't have nobody to talk about. Are you kidding? She just wasn't a part of it. Right, Mr. Like a Toothache. She just wasn't a part of it. And then they tried to say, I get up at 8 in the morning to talk about Maggie. Again, you must not watch me. I wake up at 6:30 and I talk about whoever I managed to watch. But she's back, y'all. So look for her. She'll be back asking for money every day. And again, me talking about it is wrong, but her doing it is just fine. Why don't you and her panel get together and give her the money? And then she doesn't have to come on here and ask for it. Right, back there, calculator. Yep, Sean is back too, begging for money. But he gets covered by other people and he gets on my nerves. I cover who I want to cover. Let's see, is that it for the updates? I'm sorry, I'm looking for something in particular. Okay, yep, that's it. Now, I will do that now from time to time. Yes, she does have court this week. I will do that from time to time because, like I said, I watch people, I take notes, and when they don't rise to the level of me focusing on them, the notes just sit there, right? And I've watched a little bit, enough to take a couple of notes, but they don't like rise to where I'm going to talk about them for 10 or 15 minutes or however long they get. So I'm just going to do some scammer updates. This is what I know. Oh, I'm sure. She called me out and then blocked me too. And then, as if I wasn't still in there, was like, I blocked that bitch. Now, let me be clear. I don't care who her moms are, who her friends are. I don't care. When I see a pattern of begging, I'm going to say so. And I don't care who doesn't like it. I call balls and strikes. Period. So, yesterday she comes on, and it's like it's her monthly beg as far as I'm concerned. Right, they block you like you can't come back. Be for real. You know how many accounts I have? I'll be there. Don't worry. And if I got to create another one, I will. So she comes on, and I know immediately, here we go. Here we go. So she's like, I'm struggling, but I didn't come here to complain. And I literally wrote the words, really? With 2 question marks. You don't come on here not to complain. Right. You could tell when her face looks like that. Listen, you could always tell. Her face gives her away every time. Good morning, Florida girl. And she started to talk about how everything was expensive, food is expensive, and this girl, is it only expensive for you? Because where I live, everything's gotten more expensive too. Anybody else in America experiencing less prices? Because where are you in the country? Because I'd like to move there. Where are you moving? I mean, where you live? That things have gotten cheaper for you. Because I don't know anybody in my life that's saying things have gotten cheaper. But anyway, it's all leading up to the thing, right? And then she's like, food is high. That's one of my problems. Here we go. And then she's like, everything that could go wrong this month did. But of course, we don't know. She doesn't tell us what went wrong. Just everything that's gone wrong has gone wrong. So then we find out, but she's like, I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to cry and I don't want to cry. Be for real. Yes, you do. And I wrote down, it's only the 14th of the month. Damn, what happened in a month? In a half a month. We are literally on the 14th, and everything that could go wrong this month has gone wrong? Okay. Well, of course, we're upset because we had to pay, what was it? $57 for an electric bill. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that. My electric bill went up this month when it should have gone down this month, right? It's not as high as it was in August. So I was anticipating a reduction in my bill, and it went up $20. I was expecting it to go down $40, right? My biggest bill, not my biggest bill, but the summer is way more expensive for me with my electric than like the fall, the winter, and the spring because of the air conditioning, right? I saw somebody that lives in my area whose bill went from 160 to 400 in a month. Now I don't know what they're doing that it went up that high, but everybody's electric bill around here went up. So I can understand why a landlord is like, if the bill went up that much in a month because you live there, I can understand them wanting more money. Now, if you had a fixed lease that said that electric was included, you could fight it, right? But she can't. And girl, you and your children live there. And you're crying about $57? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I stick to my notes as closely as possible. But she said the main thing she's worried about is food because she already paid the 57. Now, my question is this. You paying $57 is preventing you from feeding your kids? Then you should only be asking for $57, right? Right. Listen, the lower you keep it, the more your bill is going to be. Let's just keep it frank. Then she said the person she's renting from has her son watching her every move. Now, let's be clear about that. I believe she was told. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. I believe that what she was told when she moved in was that she couldn't have company. Because she's been saying from the beginning that she's been sneaking people in and out. Every time I turn around, she has a boyfriend that's coming over there and spending the night. So if you're not supposed to have any man in there and you know that, why do you keep doing it? She's like, a person should be able to live their life. Again, you get to live the life you want when you have the money to pay for that luxury. When you moved in somewhere because you had to move in at the last minute and they gave you a set of rules and you agreed to them, you agreed to them. You agreed to them. I don't understand how you agree to something and then want to take it back and be like, can you believe somebody did that? I can, when you needed to move in at the last second and probably didn't have first, last, and security. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it when you moved in and the woman who owns the house didn't know you were coming. I believe it. And if you want a roof over your head for you and your girls, you agreed to it, right? I should say your kids, because I think the son is there sometimes too. And then she had the nerve to say, what kind of life is that? That's the life you can afford. But guess what she also said? We gotta move. We gotta get out of here. Are you serious? Again? Again, you want people to pay so you can move somewhere else. They gave you the money to get there. They gave you the money for the car. They gave you the money for the part. They gave you the money to get it fixed. And here we are. Now the car had a busted tire. People helped her. And she's like, they put on another bad tire, so I can't drive around because of my tire. So guess what she wants y'all to do? Pay for her to have another tire. And y'all want me to believe that she doesn't belong on a scammer list? Because let's not forget, when she first moved in and the woman found out she was there, she demanded more money. So guess what she needed? She needed more money from her audience. Do we remember that? Because I do. And then the next month, the boyfriend, she let him borrow money. Which I said at the time, how dare you give somebody money when you need that money to keep a roof over you and your child's head? But that wasn't the part that pissed me off. You said he stole your pew-pew, took your money, and then wouldn't answer the phone for you. Do we remember that? And people gave her the money she needed. Even though she came on with the same thing, I don't want to talk about it. It's going to make me cry. I don't want to talk about it. But then we end up talking about it, right? And people gave her the money. Do you know that she took that man back after that? And y'all are still saying she's not a scammer? Now, my question is this. When she took him back, did he give her the money back? And if he did, how are you broke now? Or did you say, baby, they paid me the money, so we're good? What? Like I said, I don't give a damn who mods for her. I don't care. You can run to them and complain to them about me if you want to. Let them come in here and explain why you shouldn't be on my list. And now here we are this month. And we're not even close to the day that rent is due. And everything has gone wrong. Now this is the kicker for me, okay? When people asked her how much she needed, she used the famous TikTok red flag, anything helps. You know why she did that? Because she doesn't want a cap on the amount of money you give her. Because if she said she only needed $100, that's all she would get. I don't know about that Florida girl. But what do you mean? You don't know how much money you need to get through the rest of the month until you get your check? Anything helps. That is to prevent there being a cap on the amount of money she gets. But she doesn't deserve to be on the list? Come explain why. Boxes are open. Come explain why. I don't understand how people who call out other people for doing this nonsense can sit in there and act like she's not doing it too. It boggles my mind. And then she runs to them like, Digital's talking about me and I don't understand why this bitch is talking to me. I just laid out why. And I will tell you, for months, I watched her. Months. And never said a word. And when people would bring her up, I would be like, I've never seen her do anything. I know y'all say she has a history, but until I see it for myself, I'm not saying a word. And then I caught it. And when I caught it for myself, I came and I talked to you guys about it. And then she ran to, I can't even remember who. She's talking about me. What did I do? What did I do? Well, I make it clear. I don't make it up. I literally take your words and then ask questions. And here we are again, another month where you need people to fix your life. And everything goes wrong for you. And you don't want your girls to know that you can't afford to buy them food. Well, why not? Because they watch you spend money on something that you didn't need to? Did you let your boyfriend borrow money again and they watched that and now you don't want them to know that you can't feed them? Or is it all a lie? Or is it all a lie? I love you guys too. You come on here with that face and you do your makeup and then somebody says something like, why are you crying? And she's like, because somebody was kind enough to give me money. Girl, they give you money every month. This should be old hat for you now. No, she gets a check every month. No, she doesn't work. And excuse me. Trying to talk while I'm drinking. That's never going to work. She gets a check for the kids too. Wait a minute. I was just getting ready to say one check isn't enough to take care of 4 people. But they all get a check? Excuse me. No, according to her, she's not squatting. Tori, no. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm not letting her use that as an excuse. Nope. She doesn't get to say mental health. All of us have it. At least I do. And I've said that boldly and proudly. I see a therapist and a psychiatrist. And I pay my bills. I'm sick of people being able to try to say I have mental health issues and that's why. Now, there are people who legitimately have issues that prevent them from being able to be responsible for themselves. She is not one of them. Because guess what? You don't come to TikTok every month to ask for your bills to get paid when you really can't take care of yourself. I don't know. And I don't care to know what's wrong with her children. They're children. But this excuse that I get to be whatever I want to be, and then I say I have mental health, I'm done with that. Right. Or they'll be like, oh, well, it's mental health that made them do it. Do you know the millions of people who have a diagnosis in this country, who get up, go to work every day, do what they have to do, pay their bills, take care of their children? And yes, they might cry themselves to sleep every night. They may not eat because of their anxiety. But they get up and do what they have to do every day. I'm not letting that be an excuse anymore for people who it doesn't need to be an excuse for. Again, I am not saying that there aren't people out there who have such critical mental health issues that they need assistance. I'm not saying that she shouldn't qualify for Social Security. I don't care about that. You qualify, I say this all the time, you qualify for it, get it. But stop trying to pretend like you don't come to this app month after month with a new excuse about why you need somebody to take care of you. And then to kick those people in the teeth by taking the man back who you said stole from you, won't answer your phone, and took your money and won't pay them back and won't pay you back. Did you pay back the people when he gave you the money? Because if not, then why do you need money now? You should have been up $300 when he paid you back, right? And I think, I don't have the book now next to me, but I think she said she loaned him like $500. What? So you took him back without him paying you back? Ma'am, you are old enough to not be that desperate. You can't afford to be that desperate. But like I said, send anybody you want this way. The boxes will be open. And I want to hear why you shouldn't be on my list. Period. I stand on it. Yeah. By begging. Well, she gets a check. And she let him borrow the money because she said he promised to pay her back. But when he did it, the first thing she did was come to TikTok to cry about it. And people started sending money. And then right after that, she took him back and was like, why do you guys care? I love him. You just love the last two dudes too. But he lied to you, stole from you, didn't answer the phone for you. But now that you're whole, now that you're good, now that whatever you needed to pay is paid for, he can come back. You wouldn't get another cent from me. If I had joined your team, I wouldn't hit the Daily Heart Meet. No, he needs to hit the Daily Heart Meet to the tune of $300 before I send you another dime, another penny. What? And then y'all sit there like, I don't see what my eyes are showing me. I'm still gonna take it. Like, what? And this is the thing that pisses me off. You could have a daughter you wouldn't do it for, a son you wouldn't do it for, a cousin, a niece, a nephew. They could rot in hell. But some girl on TikTok gets your money? Correct, Pink Panther. Strawberry shortcake, that money has been long gone. Long gone. Chili doesn't make sense. But, y'all keep doing it. Long as it's not my money. I'm just trying to prevent the next person who goes in there and sees her crying, talking about how she can't feed her kids. I want them to know the history that they wouldn't know one way or the other. I want them to know that there is history behind what she's doing. This isn't her first, second, or third time. That's why I do what I do. You want to keep giving her your money and you know the truth? Be my guest. I don't care. You do what you want. I'm trying to prevent the next nice person. And you guys got to remember, a lot of people are isolated. They live alone, or who they live with, there isn't a lot of interaction. Some people are in unhappy relationships, and they come to TikTok because they get to connect with people all over the world. They get to, like, there's a guy, he makes these like Chinese tea bowls, and they form them, they put them in the kiln, and what him and his crew do is they break the kiln molds and show the bowls. And I want to say 80% of the bowls they destroy because there's a crack in them. It didn't come out perfectly. I don't know why that fascinates me, but I love it. I didn't even know how it was done, but it's beautiful to watch. There's also like, I want to say it's India or Sri Lanka, where they have the people play games, and it used to be the women playing the games. My niece is in love with them. And the women would win rice or oil or whatever. We had no idea those things were happening. But now that they're on TikTok, we are seeing cultures we have only witnessed on television. Back in the day, it wasn't even television. Back in the day, you understood because of National Geographic in the library. So it's a wonderful place. It has absolutely connected people. Like Fallon says all the time, if you have something you like, put it in the search bar. Somebody's doing it on TikTok. And if they're not, Chef's Kiss, you put it out there. You'll have 100,000 followers. But what happens is that people end up connecting with scammers. And they feel so connected that now I want to help you financially. At what point do you realize that that's the only reason why she's your friend? If you wouldn't do it for a stranger on the street, why are you doing it for her? Shasta, this app can be amazing. And why the app is allowing itself to be used to give people money. It's one thing if it's gifts, right? We understand why TikTok allows that. But money directly to a payment app over and over and over again? At what point does it end? Right, she's not a friend. She doesn't offer you anything. Your friends may be the other people in the comments. Well, how about y'all get together and go live together and talk? You don't need to be in her live to commiserate with people you enjoy. Connie, they're not making money off of people sending money directly to their payment apps. Well, I'm going to end that part there. I want to say that while Friday was very heavy, I hope that it was balanced. I hope that nobody was offended. If you were, write me about it. But I said what I said. And on the matter of my sub chat being a part of drama, it's not coming here. Okay? Do whatever you want to do. Show whatever you want to show. We are staying focused on what's important. The drama will not be a part of what this platform becomes about, because that is not why y'all are here. So show whatever you want to show. Do whatever you want to do. The only thing it tells me is that you are willing to continue to dox people's private conversations for your pleasure, to make excuses about what you've done. That's all that tells me. But it won't become a part of my platform. Not never. I don't do drama here. It is open to everybody. I don't care what side you sit on. I don't care who you like and don't like. If you don't like somebody in here, turn your light on and talk about it. It won't be done here. So make sure everybody knows. Everybody is welcome. Everybody. From every side. From every group. Because the more people that hear about it, they can share it with their people, and maybe we can start putting an end to the nonsense. That's all I'm here for. You don't like me, I'm okay with that. You don't want to support me, I'm okay with that. You watch me from the window, I'm okay with that. You want to screen record me, I'm okay with that. Because guess what I do? I put it all out on YouTube anyway. So you recording me is a waste of your data, because I put it all out anyway. I love you guys. I appreciate you waking up with me in the morning. It makes my efforts worthwhile. I appreciate you. Please have a wonderful Monday. Every day is a new day to start over and do it how you want to. Hello, Guardians of Valor. Good morning. And as always, thank you for your service and what you do. I want you to hug your loved ones, because tomorrow is not promised. If they're not near you to hug, call them. If they don't have a phone, write them. You know, we've lost the art of writing notes. But that's something somebody can hold on to. I love when you'll see where someone will go in their mother or grandmother's or grandfather's attic, and they'll pull out folders where they had gotten mail while they were in the service, or they were away or whatever, and they read the beautiful notes that were sent back and forth. You still say you're not I white $5 letters. That's amazing. Get back to it. Get back to it. Even if it's a card. Sometimes cards say what you want to say better than you would say it. Just don't forget anybody. Everybody needs to know they're cared about and loved. Okay? Make sure you do something for self-care every day. Even if it's a minute. Everything can wait for 60 seconds. You watch TV and the commercials are 90 seconds. I used to clean by commercial. I'm going to sit down and watch my show, and then when commercial comes on, I'll clean. You can do the same thing for your self-care. And because things have gotten so heavy, it's more important than ever. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you like it or don't, things have gotten heavy for everybody. Make sure you focus on a little self-care, even if it's a minute. I love you all. If I don't see you in the streets, I will see you Wednesday morning. This live, if you missed it, will get posted on YouTube by the end of the day. Friday has also been posted. Please have a fantastic Monday. And I'm out.